Hi, good evening, all. This is SK. We are doing this recap video today. The thing is, there is some very important information which which happens every other day, and I thought I should share it with you guys. From yesterday, we were in a trading range and we were at the breakout point, which is 1943ish. And we have our resistance about 1951, which I had it from our monthly and a weekly chart. Right now, the most important chart was a weekly chart and a monthly chart for us. We are in the last week of the month. So how did I in the morning? If you guys follow me on my Twitter account, I mentioned that there is a, a sell off. Let me see. In the morning, institutions selling stop 1941 or 44. How do I decide all these things? It's very simple. I had a low of yesterday, which was about 1931ish. And the high, we know, we have this high. We tried one, two, three, four times, and four times we failed. This is about the fourth time when we failed yesterday. We couldn't go above, but we were trading. Bulls were accumulating in this trading range area. So first candle, after seeing the first candle, am I bullish or I'm bearish? It's more likely an indecision candle, which I do not know. The best way to trade this is to avoid and see, if we get any follow through for the next candle or not. And you see, this all gap, we have it here. If we come below, the next support level will be I mentioned about 1923ish. That is from this close, one, and the other one is. So these are the targets, which we will be looking at the bottom to see, where the bulls might start buying, and we see kind of a bounce here. As of now, for the first candle, the first candle, it's more likely an indecision candle. But I will I mentioned that I will short every bounce here. The reason was we were at the low of the range and we poked through it. There's a lot of resistance on the high. This resistance will be a very tough job for the bulls to take. As we were looking, we are gapping down. We are not getting a bull close. We're getting a weak close during the first candle of the day. Next candle, we saw this kind of price action, where bulls bought and they saw a sell off, but we are still above the low of the day. So what one thing is for sure, this low of the day, low of the yesterday, which is 1931ish, is something, if we break through this, the next target will be this target. There is no support in between here. So if bulls were not able to take not able to save their base, which is 1931ish, we will be looking a little bit lower, which is about 1923, which will be the target. Next candle, again, it's a bull candle, but again, most important, we are looking at these tails. We have a lot of resistance. All the bulls who were holding here, right now they are holding a negative position. They're holding a position which is more likely emotionally driven. The retailers like you and me, we see, we are coming at the break even, or we are making a little less loss. We want to be more sure. We start selling our positions. Bulls are buying, but again, these are not the institutions, these are the retailers. If institutions are buying, we wouldn't have seen these kind of tails here, whereas institutions are taking the other side of the trade. So trading range, price action, tails at the top. What does it tell you? Tails at the bottom, we go for the next leg up. So what's happening here? Is it looking bullish? Not at all. Right now we should go short no matter what, with the stop somewhere around 1938ish, 2 to 3 point stop, and we should go short here. I mean, this is the next candle we saw. Still a trading range. If you're a newcomer, you're a beginner. Most of the beginners, they are looking for a perfect trade. They are looking for, okay, there should be a 100% probability of the trade, whatever they take. They try to be more sure. They try to be more positive, and they tend to take trades which are sure short. Like, if they are going long, they want to see the price action to go long. As of now, right now, what we're seeing is it's a trading range. It's in a breakout mode, either bull or bear breakout. Both are buying, but the the candles are telling us that bears are selling every high. They are accumulating a lot short positions here. So for me, this breakout is here. Or for the long, I mean, like I mentioned during the open of the day, for me the long is nothing changes. Like everything remains the same. I mentioned here, nothing changes. We need to close well above 1951 for the next bull leg. So nothing has changed over here. But the thing which is more prominent right now is that the bears taking positions, and they will be going for the next leg down. For newcomers, for people who are trading one contract at a time or two contracts at a time, they cannot scale in or scale in and out. So they should just wait. They should wait for the breakout, and the confirmed breakout will give us at least 2 to 3 pushes down, which we have been discussing back and back and back again in our previous videos. Every breakout gives us at least 2 to 3 pushes in the same direction, as long as the breakout has a follow through. Over here, I will short this market if the breakout closes below 1931. Trading range. You see what happened here. Like this is a candle which tells us that everybody, whoever had the stop here, like bulls had the stop here and bears had their limit orders placed, or they're selling at the market. Everybody is eager to sell right now because it's getting aggressive. This is leg one here. I mean, if you're looking at the previous day, or you can see it's a breakout mode with the breakout closing at the low of this. Any bounce, I have been mentioning in my Twitter account as well, any bounce I will be shorting. Reason behind, it's very prominent. All the bulls buying, they are disappointed. Will be bulls buying here? No, they know the targets are low. Why would you buy something at a higher price when you know within some time we will be getting the same contract with the lower price? Bulls won't buy here, but bulls will be buying here, they will be buying here, and they will be buying here. I mean, how do I get these targets? These are the targets when on a bigger time frame, on a monthly time frame or a weekly time frame, we are at the breakout mode. I draw these kind of targets. Like I need to, cause again, I'm also looking for the higher probabilities. Like so, any probability is we can bounce from 1923, we can bounce from 1917, we can bounce from 1916. So all these are the targets which where we see a right bull entry, we should go for it. If we see the breakout here, like with a follow through, it's a next target for the lower target. So this is what we saw. And if you guys have seen, my day started very low. I was like $400, $600. Right after that, I was like on $2,800. Like within my first hour, because like I traded this breakout, and I have been mentioning, like if you see here, like bear breakout is a very strong. I believe I mentioned here that I'm looking for a possible bear breakout close watch. Like the thing is, like I was looking at all these tails, and I was like pretty sure that bulls are getting weaker, and any breakout will disappoint bulls so badly that they will be selling. Bears will be selling. It will be a panic sell, which will give you at least 2 to 3 pushes down. This is an indecision. So like what what should we do here? I would say over here, like we should take most of our profit, which is 50 to 70% profit, and like we can move our stop somewhere around 1930, so that even if there is a bounce, like, you can scale in higher, or you can scale in higher to 1931ish, the breakout point, and then go for the next leg down. I mean, if we go higher, what I will do is I will trade, like if I normally trade 10 contracts, I will trade one. If I trade three contracts, I'll trade one. I mean, like I'll trade very, very, very small, so that if I'm scaling in, I can make a position, I can manage my trade well to be at least in a break-even position, a little profit or a small loss. But as of now, uh, uh, even if you're a newcomer in a price action, this is bearish. This is going down. This is definitely going down for the next leg. We saw this price action. Is it a shot? I mean, like we can short this and we can scale higher, or we can wait for the next candle down and like low of this, which is 1926, or low of this 925. Whichever way it looks prominent to you, whichever way it looks right to you, like you can short. This is the new low of the day, which is 1925. So if it goes below 925, we should short. Is this a short? I believe I did shorted this and I scaled higher here. I was short here as well. My stop was 1931, because I was I was very prepared during the daytime, early, before the market opened, that like 1931 is the price target, which like if you go below it, I will be shorting the market, and then this will become our resistance, because whoever has scaled, if few bulls are still holding their positions, they have scaled here. Once they reach a 9031 or somewhere closer, they will be at break even or a minimum loss position. They will sell everything what they are holding. So like, and the other thing is, the breakout is so strong with the follow through, we will look for the next leg down. Is this a shot? Like for newcomers, like for me as well, like this looks like we can see a bounce and we can see next leg up. Bulls are buying, but if we are prepared with our target, which is 1923, I was very sure that like, again, I was very sure with the probability. It's not that the market always does what I say or what I want to see in the market. Market does what market does. So, I mean, for the newcomers, you can still wait. You can still wait to see if it takes low of the day and then short the market. I mean, in this candle, if you see, we've taken the low of the day, but we closed near the low of the day. So, how should we place our order? This should be a limit order to short the market at 1925. If the price is going towards us, we should short the market and we should go for the next leg down. And there you go. I mean, if you have a limit order, you would have made about 2 to 3 points. Again, yes, the other thing is, when you're trading e-mini, in e-mini, we are not looking for 4, 5, 6, 10 point, or a dollar move in S&P. Like e-mini traders, like mostly we are looking for a good scalps, like, because we're trading heavy volume, like we're looking for 1, 2, 3 point, 2, 3 points. We if we are doing making 4 to 5 points a day, which is about 40, 50 cents a day in our, what do you call, S&P, we should call we should take us as a very good traders, like as a beginners. Look at the very simple steps, look at this setups, which are very, very easy to trade, which are very easy to look at, which are very easy to predict, like where you can see the higher probability side and you should trade. And once you see you're getting more profitable trades, increase your size. Do not try, I mean, do you think this kind of a setup will happen again today? I mean, how many times can the setup can happen? We need to find a right setup and trade with the right volume. That's the key to success here. So you see, like, where did we bounce? We bounced from our first target. So this is the first target. We're looking at the tails. Most of the traders should take their profit here. If you do not even have this target, you see three tails, but two tails are very prominent. and this tail has taken more of the body, which is, bulls are aggressively buying here. But again, this is a second push down, second push down will give us a third push as well, but second push down can give us a pullback as well, which can be as strong as this pullback. Right now we are at the breakout mode. I'll short this market again if we close below 1921, or if we see any bounce. Will I short this bounce now? I will probably do not short this bounce, as we're looking at these tails. We are near the target, which is 1923. We have reached our target. There are less chances that we go to the next target, which is 1917. But there, we might go that far as well. But we need to close below 1921 for me to short again. How would I take this position? I'll put a limit order. Let's say I'm shorting 5 contracts. I'll put a limit order for 1 or 2, and I'll put my stop at 1924. Okay, we've got our limit order filled, and we are in profit right now. We got, this is a bull candle. We have not reached our next target, but this is a bull body, which is an indecision body. Do we close here? Do we take our position? Do we take our profits here? I will definitely take my profits here. I will lock my profits and wait for the another setup to happen, so that we can go for the next leg up or down. So this is a pullback we are getting. I mean, this was our target, 1917-ish. So some one of the guys asked me, what's the stop here? I would say, this is the second push. If we get the third push failed, we'll get the deeper pullback. So we are poking through our resistance, which is 1923-ish. See, this is the time where we saw the pullback. Now a bear body. With the bear body, we are looking at the tail at the bottom. So this is our third push. We have learned that whenever there is a third push, even going for bulls, if we're going for bulls, the third push will give us a deeper pullback. Over here right now we are at the bear position, where we're looking at the bear third push. If the bear third push fails, we will look at a higher bounce. So we should be prepared. Have I bought this? How would this would have been traded? We would have been have a limit order above 1923-ish. It fills us up, and the next target will be 1930, or the breakout point, which was 1927. This is what we saw. If we had our limit order here, we would have got filled, or we have gone for the next leg up. Let's say you have not taken this trade. What would you do? How would I take this trade? I will buy a pullback, and I look for the next leg up. I mean, I was long here. If you guys have seen my Twitter account, I shared my position as well. This was my position. I bought, then I sold 2 positions. Something very important here. I saw this. We saw this kind of a pullback. I took my profit. Why did I took my profit? That's very important. I did not. This was the breakout point. If you see here, this is the low of the day when we were trading around this candle. When they took the low of the day, this is the breakout point. What do we do when the breakout point, near the breakout point, when there is a breakout test? These are the things which I often, while I'm trading, I'm drawing, I'm writing, so that again, when we reach to this price, bulls failed here. Are bulls going to fail here again? We have this kind of a buying price action where bulls are very strong. But over here we are at the breakout point. I will take my profit, and I'll put a limit order like 1927-ish or 1926, 75-ish, to fill me up again, and go for the next leg up. The next target will be high of this, which is 1930. We saw the pullback here. I mean, let's say if you already got filled here, like you're filled here, you thought we're going for the next leg up. Where should be your stop? We're at the high where the breakout happened. Like, and we are failing here right now. So our stop should be low of this candle, which is 1923. Yes, we will take this trade. If you have taken this trade, we can see some kind of a loss, but this is the part of the probability game. This is how the trading goes. Like, for me, I would not have taken this trade. Like, as I have not taken this trade, I'll show you where I start buying. Like, so we are about at the low of this thing. Like, if this low has been taken, we can retest this low, which is 1990. I was long here, like I bought this thing and I put my stop. I was, I believe, 2 or 3 contracts long here. I put my stop about 1975, 1970, 50. Like some, I believe there is a guy who asked me on Twitter as well that, like Charlie, yeah, Charles or Charlie, he asked me over there that SK, what's your stop? I mentioned my stop, and this was a trade which, if managed right, will give us profit. Like, we can trade small. If it take our stop, if it'll take our stop. I mean, there are times when I make a lot of money during the day, during the start of the day, and at the end of the day, like at the middle of the day, about 12ish, 1ish, I lose few trades. Like, that really frustrates me. And this is the time, honestly, when I took this trade, I don't know how I missed it. I didn't realize that we are reaching at the time, nap time of the day, where everything looks so prominent and everything is so fake. Everything looks like we are getting for the bull breakout, and it'll not happen. And every setup will look, we are looking for a bear breakout, and it will not happen. So, like, this was something I didn't look at the time. If I would have seen the time, I would not have taken this trade and call it a day. So we saw this. So now we are again at the breakout point where we saw the breakout, which is 1923. So now I can see, like, we might see some kind of a deeper pullback here. That's fine. Did I buy this? I did not bought this. Now I'm looking for it to come near close here, or near to this candle, which is 1920ish. I did scaled in, I believe, 1920 75 or something like that. I scaled in lower, and I scaled in a little lower again. This was the candle when I bought. I bought here, and I was thinking, okay, like, we might see a next bounce, but it was looking a very bearish price action. But for me, it was not that bearish, because it was more likely a support play for me. I was not looking for push, one push, two push. This is a breakout pullback buy with the support, which is support is from the support of the day, which is low of the day. So this was our first entry. Like, if you see, this is the first entry. Most of the guys, if you have not taken this trade, you can go long here, but still holding the stop. There you go. The second entry will be the high of this. It closed above it. So are we long? Yes. I did took some profit here. I believe 50% of my position I was in a profit. So I took, whatever I bought here. Let's say if I bought 5 contracts here, I sold my 5 contracts here, and moved my stop to this, which is 1920. So that even if I take this stop, I'll still be holding a green position, a profitable position. So we are above 1923 here. This is a buy. This is a buy. I believe I mentioned here as well that we are looking for the bull breakout, and this is the second leg up. I believe when I saw this kind of a price action, I think I sold everything, because like, if you see, like, I bought here, and I was back to the position where I made money from one of my positions, which was around here, which is about 2 to 3 points, and rest of the thing, so let's say I bought 5 contracts here. I scaled in lower 5 contracts. I made money on my 5. and I break even on my 5. This is a way how you manage. You cannot expect to make money on every contract when you're scaling high or lower. You need to talk to your institution, your intuition as well. Like how strong the setup is looking. For me, it was looking much stronger, but the thing is, on the left hand side, we had a very deep pullback. We had a very bearish price action. I was expecting today to close on the high. Bulls should come back, but let's see what happens at the later day. We started seeing price action where like neither bulls are winning nor bears are winning. We are making this as a support, but we are making resistance here as well, because like this was the time where a lot of bulls have bought their positions over here with this stop. Strong bulls were buying lower, and now they are taking their profits. I mean, honestly, this is the time of the day when most of us should not be trading. Like I hate. Sometimes I hate myself as well when I get stuck with the time frame, which is about 11:30 to 2:30. Like that. This is a time frame when most of us can lose a lot of money. I mean everything. This is looking so bullish. Maybe going for the next leg up, but I mean this is the time frame. I mean, I personally truly avoids this. Like today I got trapped and I made some kind of a profit, but this is the time frame when I do not like to trade. I'm just going to fast forward this little bit. I mean, look at this. Like look at this. What kind of a it's looking so bullish, and what happened here? It just got a sell off for no reason. I mean, this is the time period. I cannot stress this thing enough that like this is a time period when most of the big successful traders do not even trade. They're like uh, it's a trap mode. It's very deceiving. This is the time when around this was the time when I saw push one, like first entry. Then I saw we are near the low of the day, which is this. I bought this position and I was looking for anything about 1925ish. I will sell this position. I mentioned over there as well that I'm looking for 4 to 5 points or 8 points. Like my entry was somewhere around here, I believe 1921ish. And you can see like this is the bull, this is bull closing at the high. I put my limit order, which is like which filled me up here. I wanted to get filled above this bull candle, and I believe I got filled at 1921.75ish. And I saw this, my stop was low of this thing, which is 1919. I was ready that like we should see the next leg up. Once we see, if we close above this thing, I'll move my stop to 1917, and I'll look for at least 1924, 1925 which most of the bulls will be looking at the target, which is target like this. This is the buy, and this is what we saw. I believe I took my profit here. Like we were at the high of this breakout, at the high of this resistance. We have a resistance coming here as well, and I took my profit. And will I buy the pullback here? Like right now we are in a trading range, bigger trading range, where the pullback can get deeper as well. So I will wait for the next entry, either long or short, if it happens in the right way. This is what we saw. This is the breakout. We tried breaking out above this resistance, but we failed here. We saw the pullback. Look at this. What kind of pullback is this? Like this is a pullback where we might have bought this. Like this looks bullish to me. Like honestly, I did buy this here with this stop, which is 1920. And I think I lost a little bit of money here. This next candle, because I thought like we are going up high. Like I'm a human as well. Sometimes I buy assuming too much, which like this is not just a sell off. This is something, like I was very confident here. I was overconfident, you can say, that I said we have seen the low of the day, and this is the next bulls, they are buying here, and we're going for the next leg up. But this is the first entry. First entry is never, never, never reliable. Remember, first entry doesn't matter. I'm trading, whoever is trading. First entry is never reliable. I bought this, I took a loss here. You see, we poked through 1917-ish. I mean, honestly, like if I would not have taken this trade, like I was a little bit not happy. I was very unhappy that, why did I took this trade? Like I would have shorted this market at 1980, low of this thing, and I would have taken a couple of points here. But I was not in the right sense, like. And I mean, you see, like if we would have taken the next low of the day, high of the day, whenever bulls or bears take and they close below that, we see some kind of a follow through on that. I mean, this was a good short entry. Low of the day, we should have taken this shot, but I was still holding myself for this, like this trade which I have taken. So I do make mistakes as well. Like it's not that I do not make mistakes. We are human. We will be making mistakes. 100%, nobody can be right 100%. But the thing is, we are here to see the higher probability trades. Like after making this kind of a day, I shouldn't be I shouldn't be trading all this kind of a weird price action. Like it's not worth it. It's just stressing, just taking too much load on me and trading, which is not even worth it. This was so simple. Like it was so predictable, and it was just to be called a day. Like it was very good. But I did make extra money on it. But uh, so you see what happened here, right? This is push one. This is push one. This again become breakout, pullback, the next push. This is the second push. This is the third push. But these pushes are pushes which are in a trading range. So what should we take? How should we take this trade? After this bull candle, we should put our order, which is 1990 or 1920, which is a limit order, to see if it fills it up. Whatever 2-3 point scalp or 2-3 points we can get, we should take our profit and lock our profit there. This is what happened. Like I was long here. I'm sorry. I was long here. I took my profit. Like it was like point 1.50 or 1.75 cents. But the thing is, this is something very important. Let me just go back. Over here I failed. These are the lines which I have it from before, which I had it from this price range, which is high of this, high of this. Now what we are looking at is like bulls have failed and bears have taken all of their targets. This is the bulls trying here with the push one. I'm sorry, with the first entry. What should be our second entry? Our second entry should be anytime closing above it. But I missed this entry. Like this was a surprise for me because I was not sure that are we going for the next leg down or next leg high. But look at this. It's closing at its high. We should, before it's closing, we should put our limit order about 1920 to fill it up. And you see, it just got filled and everybody's buying at a market, and we saw 2 point gain. And sometimes, when we are in a bigger trading range, look at this. We're in a bigger trading range. Let me draw it here. We're in a bigger trading range. Like when we are in a bigger trading range, we should not try too much. We cannot get a swing like this. Like this swing. We cannot get a swing, when we are in a trading range. So we are in a trading range. We should take as many limit order scalps as we can take. and I was out there. Whatever loss I made, I took here, I covered all my losses. And this is the end of the day. Like, we failed again at 1923. So 1923 was a very important price target. You see, after we poked here, we were just trading above, below, above, below, above, below our this target most of the day. And then the bears tried for the breakout, bulls came back in, bulls failed again at 1923. So most importantly, what the thing is, like, we should know how the day starts. First, historically, if you see the old data, the maximum contracts traded are in the first few hours, couple of hours. Most of the most of the big traders, they are trading only a couple of first 2 hours of the day. They are very volatile, you might think, but the thing is, money is made when the things are more, we can see the higher probability sides. We can see the higher probability side here. Money is made more likely in this kind of a price section. This kind of a price section for the newcomer is a losing trade, like, because it takes so much time. Like, if you take a position 11:30, if you're long here, just to cover back up again, it take you about hour and a half, which tires you, which stresses you. And we are here to make our life happy. We are here to make our this is kind of a job we are doing. We are here to make this job very profitable and very, very peaceful for us, not very stressful. Like, so I believe, once my I'm sorry, once we're gonna have our course out there, like, you guys gonna be looking at why I trade first hour and how I trade first hour, and like, low of the day. Most of the time, like, first 15-minute candle, which is 3 candles, or first 30-minute candle, which is 6 candles. After that, most of the days we see the breakout, and that breakout gives us at least 5 to 10 points. And this is a bigger picture. Like, and that's what I know trading. That's what I trade. That's how I make money. There are many traders, who are scalping Apple, who are scalping this, that. Trust me, once you start trading e-mini, it becomes so easy. You do not need to do no homework. You just need to know your targets, your pricing. Like, a few steps and you make a lot of money. Start trading small, 1 contract, 2 contracts. Once, like, if I'm looking at these things every day, if I'm closing my trades every day in profit, like, it comes with a long like, a long way, when I was losing every day just to survive. I was doing, like, what not. I had my business, I was making money in that business, and I was losing. I was making money in my business, and I was losing every day. I really do not wish you guys to lose. See, like, recap. I mean, guys should not wait for my recap. Do your recap. When you see my recap, see if it makes any sense or not. Like, you guys are better than me. You guys are better than anybody. You guys have everything in you. Just believe in yourself and go for it and trade, and look for the setups which happens every day. Breakout, low of the day, push 1, push 2, push 3. I mean, this is all. If you have seen my recap, this is all I know, and this is all I trade, and you all can do so. So let's get our financial freedom. This is the time, and this is the only way to get it. There is no other way. You can't put as many hours for somebody, or you cannot. I mean, I don't have $100 million sitting from my grandparents, or like, I'm not that educated that I can develop WhatsApp, or I can develop Facebook, or I can develop Google. I cannot. That's not me. I just know this. If there are few areas of your life where you think that which might have given you an extra edge, like, you would have a software engineer, or this and that. There are many people. I know one doctor, like, he trades from his office. Mr. Al Brooks, he's a doctor. Like, he's just trading e-mini for a living. So trust in yourself, and this is the path, this is the way where we can a lot of money. Good luck, everybody.